And we're back. You're here with your boys, Christian and Ed, on down with the Browns.
Christian,
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Did you get too much sun today, or what's going on with the? We got a superhero in the house today on Down with the Browns. We got one.
This is annoying, man. I'm taking this.
Yeah, take
off.
it. You're freaking me out. I mean, you pull it off really nicely, but I mean that's that. Yeah. Oh, it's a real superhero right there. That's Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky Fried Christian in the house.
No, throw his hat on, baby.
Looking nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Ed, how we feeling?
Feeling real good. Obviously, some news yesterday, but we'll talk about that in the Breakhead news. But yeah, as a Browns fan, hey, we're still Browns fans. We're still here.
You smell that?
What's that?
I smell some Breakhead news coming on.
That's right. This is Ed in Columbus with you Down with the Browns. Breakhead news. The NFL has appealed the decision by Judge Sue Robinson, once again demonstrating that they don't take women's voices that serious. Also, unconfirmed, no source accounts say Watson, distraught after hearing the news. He was so distraught that he didn't actually have his after-workout massage. So sorry about that. So things are definitely, they're feeling it. And finally, the Browns will have a starting QB in all 17 games this year. So let's back the brown and orange. Let's go Cleveland. Let's go Browns. And no matter what, we're going to party in the Muni lot. So let's go. This is Ed in Columbus with you Down with the Browns. Breakhead news.
Love it.
Try to mix it up a little bit. Try to make it more, personable.
The Barking Brown show says it smells like Up Dog in here. What's up, dog?
Hey.
Alrighty. So big news. Past couple days since our last episode. We can't ignore it. I'd like to, but we cannot ignore it. With with everything going on with the Deshaun Watson thing, the NFL did appeal it. Roger Goodell has now passed it on to Attorney General. I said Steve Harvey.
Well, is it William Harvey or something?
It's something Harvey though.
Harvey, yeah.
I forgot his first name. I just went blank.
William.
Yeah. But he was the Attorney General over the Ezekiel Elliott investigation a couple years ago, and he is actually the guy who helped write the current. I think Nick Carnes is here. Nick Carnes!
Hi.
The Carnes, man. He's here.
Yo.
My bad. I did not see you.
While you're live, too. This is crazy. All right, Here we are.
Yeah, Nick Carnes.
Talk about calling an audible.
Yeah, we...
I literally called you.
Yeah,
Really?
last second, dude. This was... Yeah. We gave Nick Carnes the 5-minute call, and then now we're here. But... We're going to talk very, very shortly on the Deshaun Watson stuff, and then we're going to just, yeah.
Okay,
so,
sure.
But yeah, Harvey's looking at it. He was the guy over the Ezekiel Elliott investigation. And so, how do you guys feel about what's going on currently?
Well, so I'll tell you that I went to bed. And I just woke up a little bit ago, so I haven't seen who this judge is that is going to be a part of Deshaun Watson's new. I guess we're just doing this a second time here. Let's go. Do we know anything about this judge?
He helped write the I guess the misconduct policy that Sue Robinson actually tore to shreds, and when she gave out. What she said, like the NFL doesn't really care, pretty much.
Okay.
So, but I think it's honestly a slap in the face to Sue Robinson.
What I don't like about it, Christian.
Yeah.
You know what? It's obviously the sexual assault thing. It's a big thing with women, obviously. And then you had a woman judge give her opinion, and then you got this Harvey guy coming in. And I wish it would have just been another another woman that would be deciding. Instead of another guy. Because once again, it's like you're taking the opinion of a guy over, the opinion of a woman judge, Sue Robinson. And I just think that optics looks horrible.
Well, they came out and said that they're going to put it in somebody else's hands who will give a fair assessment on it. Like they didn't just do that.
Right, exactly. You're diminishing what Sue Robinson was doing.
It's hard to not think that they just said, okay, we didn't like this decision, so let's go to someone that we think will be more favorable to us.
Exactly.
It's like when you're a little kid. You know, you go to your parents, you go to your mom. Hey, can I do this? She says no. Then you go to your dad, who doesn't care. Lets you do whatever, and then you're good. You know, that doesn't it doesn't work that way. And unfortunately, it looks like the NFL is going to get away with it.
I just, you know what? Okay, so the NFL gets to appeal. I understand that, but it's like the NFL is basically appealing to themselves.
Yes.
So I mean, how? Like you agree to this process that feels more neutral because you both agree to the person that makes the decision. So you just throw that whole process out, and so that's why I was listening today, and some people are predicting there's going to be a lockout over all of this because the players are really upset that they, I mean, not this year, but when they next have to, I think it's 2020
the next collective bargaining
agreement
2026, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying though that basically the players thought this was going to be a more fair process to them, where Roger Goodell wasn't essentially making all the decisions himself. Well, Roger Goodell still is finding ways to, circumvent what they agreed to and to go to this new one. And so who knows what that's going to be like? It's just all of it. It's all so messy. Just mess. I'm sorry.
Yeah. it really is. But let's be honest. If we go back to when we acquired Deshaun Watson, we kind of figured that he was not going to play this year, like originally. Like we kind of figured that was why the contract, the way the Browns did. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of now that we know the way Andrew Berry structures his contracts, like he did with Denzel Ward and a couple other guys. Oh, my bad. In the comments, I got distracted. My apologies. But yeah, the way he structures the contracts. And we kind of thought, okay, we're expecting a 1-year suspension, and then we kind of got our hopes. Like, we're like, okay, there's going to be
0 games.
Yeah, like 6, 4, 8, 12. And, we honestly don't know what's going to happen. All we got to do is just play it by ear, and it is what it is. Go Browns.
It just, you know what? I think what's been tough on a lot of people is that we were so close to actual football, like you said 6 games. The light is there, right? We've made it through. Jeff, you're great, by the way. And now it's like
takes you back.
Now we had it. It was like we had that. We took the bait on the hook, and we had it, and it was going to be delicious. And now we're the fish, and we're caught, and. This has been I don't know. I'm still
Come on, Carnesy, let's break it down.
I don't know if we can. I don't know.
There was no words played, so we don't know what song that was.
That's great.
That's right.
Got him. But yeah, and untilling, it could be the indefinite. I can't even talk today.
Indefinite.
Yes, suspension. I'm running like 3 words together on that. Yeah, the suspension could be for the full year on that, and now we're riding with barbecue. Brissett, barbecue brisket alert. Let's get it. 17-0. Jacoby, that's my man. He's going to show up a lot of people this year. Hopefully. But yeah.
Give me Jimmy G. I'm just going to say, give me Jimmy G.
Oh.
I want sex. You want sexy back? Just give Jimmy G.
I won't know how to act.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I made a little rant today about that, and I don't think the Browns are already all in, and that's what some people are missing, right?
Uh-huh.
Is they're already all in, and so whatever you need to do to compete with this roster this year, I think you have to do.
I agree.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like if there's a chance to significantly increase your odds of winning a Super Bowl, and you know what, you look at Jimmy G, his contract situation is perfect for you. right? Yes, he makes a lot of money. I understand that, but he's got 1 year left on his deal. So if Jimmy plays well, he can either earn another contract with you if the Watson stuff goes way sideways, or he can earn another contract with another team.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you want that kind of? I don't understand.
Yeah.
That. He's 33-14 as a starter. He gets into the NFC Championship game. If he makes that one throw in the Super Bowl, he's a Super Bowl champion. Like I understand that he's not Watson. He's not as good as Watson.
Sure.
But you can honestly argue that he's still an upgrade over the quarterback that we had.
Yeah,
for sure.
Maybe not that much, but still better. He's still better.
I think Jimmy G's a little more. I don't know if he has the arm strength that Baker had, but I think he's got better ball placement and vision than Baker does, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
His teammates like him better.
Yeah.
We can say what we want about Baker and all that stuff, but it seemed like when he left, what we're finding out, his teammates really didn't like him that much. I know that upsets people, but it's not me. I wasn't in the locker room. I can only report and see what they're telling me. And from the stories that's coming out of Berea is he wasn't exactly well-liked, especially on the defensive side. So I'm just saying. So Jimmy G, I've never heard anybody say one bad thing about Jimmy G, really. Besides maybe the New England thing, but...
The Browns need stability. They have to have it. And so pardon me. I think of a situation where it's like if the Browns enter the year with Jacoby Brissett, okay, I can live with that. But what's behind Jacoby Brissett is Josh Dobbs, and no offense to him, but that is supposed to be your QB3 entering the year. That can't be. The difference between Brissett and Dobbs, I feel, it feels way better to go from Garoppolo to Brissett in an emergency situation, whatever. And we know in Cleveland how sideways things can go, right?
Bro,
break-ed news.
They were teammates in New England, Brissett and Jimmy G. So they've got that chemistry.
Yeah. I forgot all about that. That's perfect.
And then we can just get Brady to come back.
We'll just get Brady next.
We'll just get him with them. We'll have Watson, Brady, Brissett, Garoppolo.
Bring Belichick back. I'll bring Belichick back.
Bring Belichick.
We'll get Saban.
We got the connection.
Right? I mean,
let's run it back, y'all.
Yeah, we're running it back.
So, like when Tom visits with Tampa Bay, First Energy this year,
he just stays with us.
Tom, right? Yeah. So Tampa Bay has him until week whatever they play Cleveland. And that's the understood upon terms.
We'll give him Dobbs. So when they fly back to Tampa, they get Dobbs. We'll give them Dobbs.
Or maybe they can have Josh Rosen.
Okay.
Rosen? No, that's too much, Nick. That is too much.
That's
Nick.
too much.
We can't be getting rid. Chosen Rosen, he's getting a statue. Because I'm building it.
He was just in Tampa Bay, though.
He what? Oh, that's right. He knows. All right, send him back then.
He knows.
And now you had Rosen as Tom Brady's back. The connections are all there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And, I think that's enough on that whole situation because honestly, everybody's blowing it out of proportion. I think it's time for some Dogger Pup. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
That's how you guys are feeling.
We love Dogger Pup.
Okay. So, Nick, Dogger Pup on Wendy's Nuggets.
Dog,
baby.
Dog. Oh, those Wendy's Nuggets are just. You know what? They're a little wider. I feel like you get a little more bang for your buck, and I don't know. It's like something. It's a little more like that. The McDonald's nuggets are like that golden whatever, but Wendy's nuggets like those are like they're just that deep, rich brown, and that Wendy's barbecue sauce is a highly underrated sauce.
Dude, it is.
It is
very solid.
Dog.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I even have to ask answer such a silly question. That's a dog all day. I like the spicy nuggets when they happen, whatever. But yeah.
Oh, we just gotta bring back the spicy
nuggets. I feel
bring
like
them back.
Hey, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike at the same time.
Facts. Ed, can you think of a Dogger Pup?
Okay, all right. Let's roll with Network 216, Dogger Pup.
Huge dog.
Dog.
Such a dog, it could be a wolf.
Dog. What a great. I absolutely shout out to Network 216. Love them. Love Underdog Fantasy. Love all the guys there.
Yeah, Underdog Fantasy. That is such a cool thing. I should be reading the prompt for that, but my phone is
We're trying.
dead.
The transition.
I'm new to it, okay?
What
We
you
don't
need to
have-
know about Underdog Fantasy is that if you use code 216 and you sign up, they will match your deposit, not posit, deposit, up to $100. 100 of them. So you put $100 in,
100.
you've got $200. I just literally, before I woke up,
Simple math.
first thing I did, I'm in like a million underdog drafts. It never stops. I'm drafting every day, all the time. And I woke up and I was due for 2 more picks. So I'm just drafting. I'm drafting, and then I'm learning about this guy and that guy. I just drafted Drake London. Very excited about him. Marcus Mariota, Drake London, except when the Browns play them. They're not doing that. I'm not hearing of it. Lockdown. Those, well, segue, but we'll get there. But yeah, so if you want to do leagues, I know, Christian, I don't know if you think this is a cool idea, but what we do on the Barking Brown Show is if you join a league with us and you win said league, you get to come on the show and take your victory lap.
Yeah, because we never talk trash on Down with the Browns, so this would be something new. So we would love to have it.
Oh yeah, we're very calm. We don't talk trash about nobody. Nobody. Not even the New Jersey Mama Bangers over there with Zach Wilson and the boys.
Did you see somebody on Twitter, because there was the report that Joe Flacco is beating out Zach Wilson in camp. Somebody quote tweeted it. I was like, Joe's mom better watch out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the love, John the Baptist. Oh my gosh, that is a good name. That is awesome.
Oh, poor Joe. What is going on over there, right? You know, they draft all these Buckeyes, and shout out to them, right?
Yeah.
Except for, well, and so everyone's like, the Jets won the draft, Jets won the draft, and what? Zach Wilson's going to play behind Joe Flacco? What? Excuse me?
Flacco, baby.
Here I am thinking about Jacoby Brissett. Jack Wilson's going to get beat out by Flacco.
It makes sense though. Flacco. No, it don't actually. I don't know why. I just thought of a bird. Like when I heard Flacco, I just thought of a bird. I was like, makes sense because you can call a plane a bird. It takes off.
Oh, wow.
And then it just, yeah. I was thinking about him on the Ravens.
Oh, this show is really taking a nosedive here, but I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
Planes, jets, birds.
I like it.
But where I was going, though, is Christian, I think you were talking about the lockdown defense in camp. I think my favorite battle in camp has been Greg Newsome versus Amari Cooper, because Denzel Ward's been out. So it's like those two have been matching up on each other. And you can see that they were interviewing Greg Newsome the other day on a 92.3, and he basically said, I love talking trash. All I do is talk trash. And so you could see he's like getting with Amari, and they're like going jawing back and forth a little bit. It's a little heated. It's been fun.
Good. I'm glad. I like to see iron sharpens iron. That's even biblical. So, if the good Lord said it, it's gotta be facts. So, when you've got the top brass in defense going against top brass in offense, you're just going to get a top brass team.
Well, I think Amari Cooper, I think the one thing about him is, you got that 90 Madden rating, and people are like, oh, is that too high for him? That's too high for him. No, I think in Dallas, you saw him. There wasn't any route he can't run. There's not much he can do. Like, I don't know what I don't know what a number one receiver is, because I think like a lot of times being a number one receiver, you have to have like a number one quarterback. You have to have and I think that we're finally going to have that. And I think that even Amari Cooper, when Watson gets on the field, I think that he's going to be even better than what he is. And if he's burning Greg Newsome now, and Greg Newsome we think is going to be really, really good, then I'll say one thing though. I think Greg Newsome, I like to see him when he plays on the inside. He was, at Northwestern, he could do that a lot. I think Amari Cooper on the outside against him is a mismatch for Greg Newsome. It's no offense to Greg Newsome, but Amari Cooper is very silky smooth. He can do, with his cuts and his routes. And, I know Greg Newsome, he's relatively young compared to Amari Cooper in the league. So, hey, the old vet showing the, sophomore how it's done. So,
I will say, Deontay Johnson just signed an extension today, and I think he's making $18 million a year. and I believe it was a 2-year deal. And so you look at what all these receivers right around Amari are making, and I'm very happy with the deal they gave Amari, and it, like $20 million a year for him, I think makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, I know that some people are upset right now, but there's a lot of moves that Andrew Berry's made that I think he deserves a lot of credit for.
That's what I'm saying. I think he absolutely
Genius.
does. I mean, you look at his top 5 defense and the roster, and then you look at the offense and the pieces that he brought in. Like, I mean, you put Deshaun Watson on this team from day one. And we're talking, possibly Super Bowl, and it's just like you can't blame Andrew Berry for constructing it the way he has, and even under these tight circumstances and everything. So I don't know. The future's very bright. I don't know. Get Jimmy G if we have to, and let's roll. Because like your point, and I wanted Nick, you brought up a great point earlier when you talk about the going all in. Like we talk about the Guardians and even the Cavs not making too drastic of moves because they're a young team and they're doing good things. And people are like, oh, you got to make a trade. Maybe that'll put them over the top. Over the top for what? Sometimes it's like you still, like Tito was saying, you still got to figure out what you got on the field. So maybe that's not the case. With the Browns, it's a lot different. This is a top 5 roster. You can't waste a year like this. So if Jacoby Brissett is got to be the guy for the whole year, I don't know. He gets hurt. You got Josh Dobbs. Go get Jimmy G then, because then have them battle it out and whoever. Because if one of them gets hurt, then you have the other one. You can't waste the season. Nick Chubb is not getting any younger. Myles Garrett's not getting any younger. I don't know. With Jimmy G, why couldn't you go to the Super Bowl and win it? Jimmy G almost won the Super Bowl with San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? A couple of years ago. So why do people not? I mean, I know he's coming off surgery, but he knows the offense too. It's not like San Francisco with he knows the offense.
Well, technically, wouldn't you think that this wide receiver core is actually better than the one he went with to the Super Bowl?
Yes. I could say I could make an argument.
Because I mean, you got Amari Cooper. Who was their number one? It was Marquise Goodwin, right?
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise.
I think so.
Like, and I mean, you had Kittle.
It's been a bit.
Kittle 8. I mean, Kittle doing his thing. And then you had that dominant defense, because
I could say the Browns. I could say the Browns have a better roster than they do.
Was Debo in that Super Bowl?
I don't think so, because I thought he was drafted in 20. I mean, he might have been a rookie.
Yeah. I think he might have been a rookie.
Yeah,
because I mean, he did just get paid.
Yeah,
and they went not like the 1920 year.
Yeah.
That was
a
DK.
Case. My point,
that was a DK
is this. To the listeners out there, the Browns have a better roster than we feel that team does. So why couldn't Jimmy G on this team do something? That's our point.
Especially defensively. I would put the Browns defense, and I know that the 49ers have some nice pieces there, but honestly, I like the Browns defense was giving the offense with Deshaun Watson absolute fits on Wednesday at camp. And I was really encouraged by that, because the last time Deshaun Watson played, he led the league in passing, right? Yeah. So I'm just saying, if you can make that dude look a little frazzled, and they did, that to me is a really good sign.
Nick, there's some things I'm seeing on Twitter. People like Deshaun Watson's getting all the balls batted down and stuff like that. Yeah, these quarterbacks, they do get, balls batted down. But, when you got the likes of Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, I think got a couple, what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like, that's not a bad thing necessarily. Like, heaven forbid that the defensive line is making strides and doing some good things in camp. Isn't that what we all wanted?
We're only talking about the only pair of number 1 overall defensive ends to ever start together.
Yeah.
Ever. So, I don't know. They might be good.
They might be good.
Just a tad. How many first-round picks do we got on that defense, though? No lie. You got Miles. You've got Clowney. You got Denzel.
No.
Newsome.
Newsome, yep.
I can't really think. Was John Johnson, was he a first-round pick?
No.
I'm not sure.
I can look. I'll look.
Grant Delpit should have been a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So should have JOK. But, I mean, we can always play the should have been. Though, honestly, I thought Grant Delpit
he was the third round. John Johnson the third was the third round.
Was he? See, I thought Grant Delpit was going to be, like, top 10. Like, before the season started that year that they won the Natty, I was like, dude, this cat's going to be top 10 pick. Dude, solid. Well, I mean, kind of the same thing with Greedy, though. I mean, the way they hopped up Grady the year before he got drafted, they're like, this is the best corner in the draft. You can't pass on Greedy.
Yeah.
He's the dude, which, I mean, he did get hurt. But, I mean, dude, honestly, the hype that we've got on this defense is just, the talent we've got on this defense is crazy. I'm so happy.
You can't. That's why you can't give up on the season.
That's
Year two.
exactly right.
Year 2, John Johnson, Dawg or Pup? Ed. Sorry, I
Dawg.
right? Christian.
Go ahead.
Dawg. The dog. Dawg.
Dawg.
I think everybody on this defense is gonna be a dog.
Oh, go ahead. Let's go to the grocery store. Let's go buy some dog food because that dude is a certified dog. We got the papers in the back.
I got one that I think a lot of people are wondering about because he's currently running with the first team. Jordan Elliott, year 4? Is this his final? No, year 3. 3. Jordan Elliott, Dawg or Pup?
Pup. He's got proven on the field.
Yep. Pup with dog potential though.
Dog potential. I like it.
Yeah.
Like it. Okay.
He's just got to play. I got to see him play.
Oh,
You know
wait.
what?
Is that Manny?
Is Manny here?
Wait. John the Baptist is Manny? Huh? No. I did not know that was
Plot
Manny.
twist.
What? That is awesome. Manny, I appreciate that. I don't know what you said, but dude, I love it. My bad. Go ahead. Continue.
You know what? I just want to say about this whole Jimmy Garoppolo stuff. I know we talked about it, but it just, you know what? I don't think opportunities present themselves very often where a dude that is as stable, right? Because the Browns just got out of all this like turmoil, dysfunction, whatever. Like Jimmy handled all those traits. I love it. Jimmy handled all those trade things like a professional, you know, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. I think he would be very good in the Browns offense. He doesn't have the arm strength that Baker does, but I don't think that's the end all be all, right? Because we saw what Baker was able to do throwing the ball deep towards the end of last year. That wasn't really happening either. So I don't think you need to be, and you know what? I would definitely take the Browns running backs over San Francisco's.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's so much that makes sense there. I hope they do it. And I saw right before I went to sleep, I saw that the Browns are currently the betting favorites to get Jimmy Garoppolo.
Love it.
What do you think it would take to get him?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Ed, you're so good at this, Ed. You're so good at this.
I tried.
He's a dog.
So here, you know what? We spent all these months talking about Baker Mayfield and all this salary and da da da. Well, Jimmy Garoppolo makes more money than Baker Mayfield does this year, right? So that's my thing. Is like people are like, we don't have first round picks. Jimmy didn't even go for a first round pick when he left New England. Why is he going to go for higher now?
Hold up. Somebody was like talking about a first round pick for Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Huh?
Twitter's crazy right now. It's a crazy place.
A first, bro. I don't even think we'll have to go up like more than a fifth.
I said
That's
third.
what I was thinking.
I said fourth, but then I said third if another team gets involved.
Third. Give them the extra pick we got for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Hiring Kwesi.
Yeah, sure.
Right? People are like, the Browns don't have any picks. Well, we just got 2 extra thirds because the Vikings hired Kwesi. That's fine. Send one of those.
Well, and then plus, I mean, we've got some other people. I forgot her name. She was promoted to president or.
The one from that came here or whatever.
Yeah, and they're saying she's a hot commodity for the first woman GM position, and then Glenn Cook. Yeah. So those are 2 people that could be considered minorities that will probably get a GM.
We'll get picks from those. We'll get picks.
And we'll get thirds from those as well. So the picks could be rolling in.
Third round picks. We'll just have like 3 third round picks each year.
Yeah, and we'll trade up and get back in the first.
People get so upset. So you trade a third round pick, but you get Jimmy G. You get a guy that could possibly lead you to a Super Bowl with all things playing out right. But there's a chance. Or you could pick a third round pick that may amount to nothing. It's like, what? Don't give up on seasons. I don't know. I'm not getting any younger. My parents aren't getting any younger. These players aren't getting any younger. Why do we just think, the future is it's not promised. You gotta win. I don't know. That's why New England, you look at Belichick, he never gives up on a season. He doesn't, even when he had Matt Castle that one year and they finished like 11-5 or whatever like that. I think they missed the playoffs or did something. But you don't give up on seasons. It's tough enough.
You know what this reminds me of? When the Cavs got LeBron back officially, right? They had the first overall pick and they picked Andrew Wiggins. And some people were like, well, we can let Andrew Wiggins develop and he'll become a superstar and he'll be the future in our youth and he'll be so much cheaper than Kevin Love will be. Blah, blah, blah. Well, sometimes you can't wait. Sometimes the roster is set to win now, right now, today, right? So the Cavs went all in, and I don't care. They got one. They got one. That's more than they've ever.
Most glorious one ever, Nick. Down 3-1, 73 wins. That was the best. Like Brian Windhorst always says this. That one title means more than 3 other ones. I mean, it really does. That's
Agreed. And you know what? I have to say one other thing because I just can't. People who are like, well, we can wait for next year. We can wait for next year. We have seen countless ways a season can burn to ashes in an instant, right? I am not going to mention any name, but injuries are a real pain in the sport of football. It can happen any year to anybody. So if you're content waiting for next year with a roster that's ready to win now, right? What if you enter next year and somebody tears their Achilles in camp, like one of your best players, right? Then you're farther behind than you are now. Everyone is healthy right now. Everyone is in their prime right now. You got to go win now. You have to. You have to go win.
We got to go win the whole effing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm down. Let's just go ahead and win it. Like, I mean, it's just that simple. Let's just go win us a Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. You know, this Browns defense is a top 5 defense. It has a running game like it does. It has an offensive line like it does. Now it looks like it's got special teams with Cade York and that punter. It's like, you know, why don't you try to win it? These people always have excuses. You know what I can't stand about the pessimism of some Browns fans? They look at the roster and they try to tear it down like, oh, he's not as good. He's not as good. You name me a team in the NFL. I could tear it down way harder and farther than what you could do the Cleveland Browns. And just so I don't understand, go win it. Try, at least try to win it. And these people, I don't know. It's like they're afraid to win or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's because you've not got the sexy name at quarterback with Brissett or Dobbs. I mean, and a lot of people are butthurt because we did get rid of Baker and the guy we did get to replace him might not play a snap this year. I mean, I understand it. I mean, I'm kind of upset about it too. Like, I mean, you went out and got this guy, you're paying him all this money, gave up assets that you could have used in the draft previous year, this upcoming year, and the next year. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I trust Andrew Berry. He knows what he's going to do.
Can I ask you both, Christian, if the Browns went right now, if Adam Schefter breaks that the Browns have traded for Jimmy Garoppolo this minute, what is your regular season record prediction?
Right now, okay, with Jimmy G, I'm gonna say like 11-6, 12-5, because I think he's a winner. He knows how to win, and this offense is an upgrade. I think Kyle Shanahan's got a little bit better of offensive playbook than Stefanski, just a tad, because he's more creative in making and like getting a run scheme and going on and stuff. But, you know, we do got a guy by the name of Nicholas Jamal Chubb and Kareem something Hunt. Yeah, we got them two back there, plus Amari Cooper and the surgence of David Njoku.
I can't. You know what? I got to say, David Njoku's been open a whole bunch in camp. Like, it's really cool. They're using him super vertically, like I don't think they were before. And so Deshaun and him have been a little off, right? But Njoku's been open. So I know they'll get there with that timing, and that'll be good. But it's been really cool to see. I think Njoku, and with Brissett loves tight ends, loves them. So Njoku's a great must own in fantasy. He is, no matter who.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you go back to when he played with the Colts, Jack Doyle became a top 5. Like, I know we shouldn't be talking fantasy like for great tight ends that we like, but Jack Doyle was a top 5 fantasy tight end that year. So,
Ed, so same question. They trade for Jimmy now. What's your record prediction?
I've always said this. I've said this on the Barking Browns. Check us 8:00 Tuesdays. Network 216, but I've said this, 11-6 no matter what. But if you give me Jimmy G and you get him right now, you get him ready in training camp and everything like that, I'll bump it up one. I'll say 12-5 then.
I can't. You know what? For a third round pick, for 2 third-round picks, whatever it is, because Carson Wentz just went for 2/3, right?
Yes.
Maybe that's the reasonable value. Maybe you look and you say Carson Wentz and Jimmy Garoppolo's stats probably are pretty similar from last year. I bet if you look, last year, Jimmy played most.
Carson Wentz had some good stats. I know he didn't play well that
Yeah.
last game, but you look at his numbers; they were pretty good.
I'm going to get back to you. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to look up those 2 stats because
I think his interceptions, like he didn't have a lot of interceptions. Carson didn't, did he?
No, he didn't.
I didn't think
he
so.
didn't beat the Jaguars and let the Steelers into the playoffs, though, and that's unforgivable.
That is unforgivable.
He had 27. Okay, Carson Wentz last year, 3,500 yards. Completion percentage was only 62.4. 27 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions with a QB rating of 94.6.
Okay.
Pretty good.
And so for comparison, right to come back, Jimmy Garoppolo had a 68% completion percentage, 3,800 10 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and that's a 98.7. So you could make the argument Carson Wentz statistically was better and went for 2/3, right? So don't. This is a great tweet. I can't wait to talk.
I like that. You know what I like about Jimmy G though?
1/3.
The completion percentage.
Yeah.
I love that.
1/3. That's it. 1/3.
So he goes more than Baker.
Yeah.
I'll agree to that.
That's a good point too because he is making more, right? So maybe you could do 4.
Well, you could offer the 5th.
Yeah.
Say you'll bump it up to a 4th and you'll pay most of the contract. But like if they ain't willing to, like, cut some of the contract off, you're gonna give them the 5th.
So because they'll probably ask for a 3rd. You say a 5th. We trade a 4th. Everybody's happy.
I'm happy in the middle.
I mean, like we're not. I wouldn't say we're Adam Schefter out here, but just by the values of other players, I think you can figure out a reasonable return that it would likely take.
Yeah, and I think Jimmy G could be that fire that we need, and then me and Ed could be like, "You are
my fire,
the one
desire,
something."
Yes, I know it's too late because Christian wants it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me why.
I don't
ever want to hear
you say
I want it that way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know what?
Jeff said I'm banning everyone.
Sometimes you got to sing your way through the pain. And we here on Down with the Browns, who I am lucky to join, by the way. This is,
I don't know about that one after that performance.
I'm so happy.
I think we could have won American Idol.
Yeah, why not?
You know what? I would Dawg. I think you're right, says Randy Jackson. But Simon Cowell would be like, I think that's a no. I think that's a no.
I'm called the call.
Yeah, you should. You should.
The vibes are immaculate.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
You know what? My phone lit up, right? I'm like, I was about to go do some stuff, and my phone, and I'm like, Ed's calling me. And you know, I'm like, well, what could this be? You know, I don't know. And it's like, hey, you want to come on Down with the Browns? And here we are.
Yeah,
that's what it's about, right? You know, God, you guys debuted Monday, right? Yeah.
Yep, on the show. Yep.
And now here we all are. This is like a whole network.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Ed was kind of like Sashi Brown with the fax machine.
It was late, but we got it in. Unfortunately, though, Nick, you are not AJ McCarron, which is a good thing. So that's good.
Let's talk about that for a second. Okay. Back up. Reel it in. All right, here it is. Hugh Jackson wants to give up a second and a third for AJ McCarron, right? Mm-hmm. The Browns tried out AJ McCarron and Josh Rosen. The dude that Hugh wanted to give up a second and a third for couldn't even be more appealing than Josh Rosen, who is sailing every pass 50 miles above the head of the nearest receiver in camp. So what does I mean, respect. God, you're right? I mean, but I'm just asking. What? Oh my God! Thank you to Sashi forever.
He's got that hardware, buddy.
Just
With the Bama.
yeah.
Roll Tide.
SEC football coming
Yeah,
at you.
but it's coming back. The Kentucky Wildcats winning the national championship. If you don't belong in the SEC, you don't matter.
I'll tell you what, Wandale Robinson, I'm owning him in fantasy as much as I can. I know I'm just drafting teams, sorry. But I know Christian, what? Christian over here is a the president of Big Blue Nation.
He is.
Big facts.
You know what? I see Ohio State versus Kentucky in the national championship game this year.
Now we're talking. Kentucky wins the SEC. What kind of prop bet is there?
Against the Bucks.
Listen, buddy. The Cats win. If the Cats can beat Georgia, I'm going to be the most annoying fan in the world. Like, I don't care who you are, what you're a fan of, what we're even talked about. Like, what we're even talking about, man. I'm bringing up that dub. So
it's going to be a good year. I can't wait for college football.
They got some good quarterback down in Kentucky out here.
We got that boy Will Levis. He likes that mayo in his coffee.
Wait, is that where that comes from?
Yes.
He eats bananas.
That is
without peeling them.
Oh, why?
All right, well,
because he's a man.
Oh, okay.
I have a confession.
Yes, confession time.
I'm kind of a madman, and I many times prefer peanuts whole shell.
I've done that.
Whole shell. We're just doing it.
Yep.
Okay.
I eat my baked potato. I eat the whole.
All right, Nick is officially banned from the show.
Sometimes, I mean, it's just like the shell is always so salty and wonderful. I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm not hating on it.
I'm very much hating on it.
Like I'm going to the Guardians game tomorrow, right? I'm gonna get some peanuts.
Okay. It's acceptable at a ball game.
Sometimes I'll crack them, but like variety is the spice of life. Like let's crack this peanut, let's eat this whole shell. We're just gonna. Who knows?
I still like the thought. Like you crack it and you're like, ah. just like I guess a boost of testosterone when you.
This is from a guy that likes to bang like every other day, or take a shotgun of a bang every other day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm never. Hey now.
Hey now.
Like, circle back with that one. He likes to bang it.
Yeah. Hey now.
Hey, Nick gets on the show. When I call up Nick before the show, I'm like, it's sexy time. Nick, I need you on Down with the Browns. 216.
Who does like the oh god.
This might turn into a clip.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Hey now.
Ed, would you ever shotgun a bank?
Yes.
Wow.
I would.
Bang.
There's not much I wouldn't do, honestly. So
hear me out. Me and Ed in the streets of Cleveland, when we're celebrating the Super Bowl, we're shotgunning banks.
We'll probably do it before then, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it way before then.
Jimmy G rides triumphantly down Little Italy on Mayfield Road.
Oh,
the Italian flags are waving.
He's the true Italian stallion, Jimmy G.
And then Chosen Rosen holding up the Lombardi trophy.
You still want to keep him on the team, Christian? For
I want him front and center, leading the parade.
Do you remember when Kevin Stefanski got hired and Tony Grossi said that they would play well in Cleveland's neighborhoods?
The ethnic neighborhoods of Cleveland or something, he says.
So, can you imagine if they trade for Jimmy G? Little Italy will just be having this nonstop party.
Great food, by the way. Great food.
Great food. Shout out to Mama Santa's. Oh, Mama Santa's is delicious.
Whoa, what was that accent, Nick?
I don't know.
He went a little.
I was just excited. I was so excited about
The mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
I am but a Polish boy.
I don't know what I am.
You're a dog. I'm a
I'm a
dog.
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 We're dogs.
I'm a dog.
This is you know what, for those who don't, for those who don't know, of all like the personalities, I feel like the three of us kind of are similar people. And so when you combine this little triangle here, this is what you get.
It's something,
comedy,
all right.
A comedy special.
It's something.
We're loving it. We're laughing. We're loving it.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I think Brown's Nation, the dog pound, needed a little laugh.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
feel better. God. Oh. I'll tell you what. I got into Spaces yesterday, and I didn't even know I was going to do it, but they gave me the floor, and I just started yelling, like just like it was a rant. Like, I mean, I posted another rant today. I was yelling today as well. You know. So.
I saw Nick. You said it in the chat, and it was 6 minutes long. I was like, "Well, I'll just retweet it. I'm not watching that. More power to you, man."
I don't blame you. It's painful. Oh boy, is it painful. So yeah. So I got that out of my system, and so I think the next stage is laughing. So I just want to say thank you to both of you, because I certainly feel better.
So, it's what we all need. You know, it's therapeutic. It's fun. It's, you know, you got to be able to laugh. And like I said, this, Nick, in my breaking news, one of my final things was, you know, are we still going to play the games? Are we still going to, you know, go to the Muni lot? Are you still going to do this? Yeah, we're Browns fans. We're still going to have fun. I mean, you know, and I still think with this roster, it's going to be fun. And Jimmy G's sexy. I want Jimmy G. Nick, you got me convinced now. You got me convinced.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. So, Nick, well, so this like Barking Brown special we got going on right here. Network 2.
Oh, hey. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, Barking Brown's taking over. So, Nick, I think I'm going to host tonight.
Right.
Special guest Nick Carnes. So, Nick, yesterday we talked about it on the Dog Truck last night, but you called me up and we had a little scream fest, and I wanted to thank you for that. So, let our audience know. Nick calls me up after the news hits, and I'm driving. And we're getting our pipes. We're just letting our emotions, you know, flow out freely. And it was a good time. And, you know, today we're going with the laughter. But yesterday,
Spider-Man is in the building.
Does Spider-Man talk? No.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of webs do you weave, Spider-Man?
Ask your mom.
Oh, hey now, Zach Wilson, Spider-Man.
I do play for the New Jersey Mama Bangers.
Okay. We'll let Spider-Man conduct the interviews from now on, I guess. I don't know what's.
Spider-Man, I gotta ask, as Nick Chubb's best friend, what do you have any inside info that you'd like to share about Nick Chubb that we might not know?
Yeah, he can actually bench press 4,000 pounds. He eats Chubb Crunch every morning, and he does eat dog food for lunch. So, certified dog.
Certified dog. Got that dog inside.
He got that dog in him.
I got a question for Spider-Man. Who's your favorite Spider-Man in the movies? Because mine's Tobey Maguire.
Tom Holland.
I'm old, though.
Nick, I just see the disappointment in Nick's face.
All right, let me
Hear me out. I think he's the best combination of the both. I think Tobey Maguire is a better Peter Parker. But I think Tom Holland's a better Spider-Man.
I know this is a freezing cold take. Freezing cold. And I understand that, but I'm going to go ahead with it anyway. The second series that got only 2 movies with Andrew Garfield was my favorite series of Spider-Man that have happened.
Hear me out. There's going to be a third one before long. I'm telling you, there'll be a third one.
Oh, I'm sure. But you know what? Because they were building up like this big sinister plot in the background, right? Like they do like these post-credit scenes, and there's like this big group gathering. It was the Sinister Six for the nerds out there, and they were gonna do so much fun stuff with it, and they were like legitimately like they got Jamie Foxx to be Electro. I thought that was a pretty good performance by him, and that series was going great, and for whatever reason it tanked, and now Tom Holland is he's good. He's great. But and like that whole thing with Tony Stark and all of that was awesome. But I miss what they were building in that series. I'm a nerd. That's just
Oh, dude, listen, we could go for like 3 more hours and talk about this stuff, man, because I am a huge nerd as well. Um, okay, of all the upcoming movies for the rest of 2022, which superhero movie are you most excited for, Nick?
See, I don't really keep track of what's coming out. Just like when
No.
it comes out, I go see it. So I don't honestly. Well, a long story short, I just haven't been able to get to the movies lately because my life is a comedy of errors.
It's a movie.
It's certainly something. So I still haven't seen Thor. I never saw Jurassic Park. I did see Maverick.
Let me say this: Thor is mid,
No, don't no.
and Jurassic Park. This is all you see from Chris Pratt for like 2 hours.
That's gonna make me pretty sad, Christian.
No, I like Thor. It don't go in expecting an Infinity War.
like Ragnarok was amazing.
It's Ragnarok, but it's so rushed, man. Like they should have let it. But I do really like the Thor movie.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. I think it could have been better. You know.
I'll give you an unpopular take. I thought Eternals was bad. I thought Doctor Strange was bad. I don't think I don't think they've been doing very well. I really don't. And so I don't know. Has Marvel even lost their touch? Disney?
I think they're trying to put out quantity over quality, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I think DC's beating them in 2022. That's the only I think Black Adam's gonna be pretty solid. The Batman, I think that's the best comic book movie of the year. You can fight me on that.
I did like Batman.
Dude, Pattinson's such a good Batman, and it is so confusing.
He will always be Edward Cullen from Twilight.
I never saw Twilight ever.
I know this is probably a
He's
weird take for a 42-year-old guy, but I did like Twilight.
The Dark Knight is my favorite movie of all time. Heath Ledger's Joker. I still quote his Heath Ledger's Joker to this day. That guy is just
so serious.
Serious.
I don't know how I got these scars.
You want to know?
Let's make a pencil.
Yeah. Let's. Have you seen the new Joker though?
So Lady Gaga's gonna be in it, huh?
No, not that one. I'm talking about like in the Batman movie.
In the Batman?
Like, you know how like they kind of like hinted at him?
Oh yeah.
And then they dropped the deleted scene.
Oh yeah,
from
that's
them.
right. Yeah.
Dude, he looks like jacked up.
So they just announced. I don't know if you saw this, Christian, but they just dropped the tease of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker 2 today.
Oh, I didn't see it. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, and Lady Gaga is gonna be a star in it.
Oh wow!
With
I heard it's gonna be a musical, dude.
I don't know, but I'll say this: I watched my favorite. I'm an American Horror Story fanatic, and my favorite one is Hotel. And Lady Gaga is like this, what I'm going to say is she's really good in that series, and I feel like would be really good in like the Joker. Like she's good at that role. You know what I'm saying? So I love the first one. I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah,
I'm a nerd. I can't help myself. Sorry.
Dude, I love that sort of stuff. Like, dude, we should make a podcast to just talk about like comic books and stuff, bro. Because I would be down. Hey now, let's get a hot take on the Browns though. Let's get back to down with the Browns.
Okay.
Let's get a hot take from you, Edward.
Don't freak out. They're going to be 11-6 no matter what. It's been a hot take of mine for many shows on the Barking Browns, and I'm going to stick with it because it's hot, it's in fuego, and it's correct. 11-6 no matter what.
11-6 no matter what.
I'm gonna say this: Jacob Phillips and JOK have not truly been healthy and been able to play next to each other. And I know, here on Down with the Browns, shout out to Mac the Buffalo, how much he's worried about the defensive tackle position.
Too much.
I'm going to say that regardless of how you feel about that position, if Jacob Phillips and JOK are playing alongside one another, the Browns defense will be top 5. They drafted both of those linebackers to be versatile, modern day coverage, tackling, all of it, side to side speed linebackers. Jacob Phillips was the first one. JOK was like another version, right? They're similar players. They wanted the same. And so if those two are next to each other, because keep in mind, the first joint practice that happened last year against the Giants, Jacob Phillips tore his bicep reaching out to tackle a guy. The first joint practice, right? So this year, if we got a little bit of injury luck, I think the Browns defense will be top 5 with those two playing next to each other.
That's a hot take.
Gotcha.
They got to be
agree
healthy. Have to.
I agree.
Christian, you got some fire?
I do. Nick Chubb is going to be the number 1 fantasy running back this year.
Wow.
Yeah, because let me go back. If Watson is suspended for the full year, Nick Chubb will be the number 1 running back in fantasy football.
That's
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's sexy too.
So.
It is.
Because you know what? Especially for Chubb, like he came so close to the rushing title in that year with Freddie. I think it was like 64 yards or something. And the Titans just fed Henry in the game when they didn't have to, and they got him the rushing title. But it's Freddie's fault, though, because he would just completely forget Chubb existed half the time. I'm still mad at Freddie for that, because Chubb deserved that rushing title.
Oh, for sure.
And then you know what? The year before that happened, Chubb got 1,000 yards against the Ravens, and then he got tackled.
Yeah, back for 5 yards.
It's not fair. Nick Chubb deserves it. He's been robbed twice in a row.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I know that was a couple of years ago, but I'm just saying, he's been robbed. He's due.
Yeah, he's due. And, I think that's a great way to end the episode.
Thanks,
there's
Nick,
this
coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
And then there's this fire video that I got from our boy Zach. And I'm going to show it real quick, if that's cool with you guys.
Ooh, it's fire.
Great way to end
Okay.
it. Go Browns.
Go